All right. Yeah, it's good to be back for the second half. Always kind of an exciting time. Um, J-term on campus is a different experience for the students, and so as an athlete, it's kind of a fun time to be, hanging out with teammates and really having a chance to focus on being a hockey player if that's all you want to do and you don't have a class. So it's fun to see smiles on faces, getting ready to go. We had a good scrimmage in St. Cloud. I think Coach Adelsky and I really appreciated the chance just to go and, essentially practice against somebody else and get some work done. So I'm excited to face Wisconsin this upcoming weekend. Obviously, a highly ranked team in the country, but second half is new for everybody, and it goes by quick. And so I'm excited to get going to head to Madison this weekend.
What is the break with your team in terms of how is that kind of excitement getting away from it a little bit and then kind of make the right thing?
Yeah, I think it does that naturally. If it does it for me as a coach, and I'm sure, anybody that's in education or higher education, the chance to separate for a week or two is always pretty healthy for everybody, whether you're a teacher, a coach, or a player, a student. And so I enjoyed that. And I think we come back with a refreshed perspective, things that matter, things that we, care about, things that we're excited about. And then things that we can learn from the past. I look at our last 4 games going into the break, and I think we left some things on the table. I think that's how our team felt. But instead of being frustrated with it now, we can be excited about making some changes as we go forward.
You as a coach, breaking a lot of
Yeah, the holiday break is always great for head coaches in particular, because oftentimes assistants do a lot of the recruiting, and it's a chance for head coaches to not have to be at a game, that we're playing in, and get a chance to get out. So our staff and myself included, we're out the whole time. And it's a great opportunity in particular in this area to spend some time at some really entertaining holiday tournaments. You can go all across the state from north to south and find some really fun environments. And so it was fun to be out.
This is 3 years into this event, or now getting around to see the topic logo and maybe
yeah, we're starting to establish ourselves as, somebody that it matters to that they're at the game. And I think that's important. I'm so excited for our recruiting classes that are signed. And as I look to the future, I think the sky is really, really bright for what we're doing, where we're headed with all the things that we have going for us. And so we're starting to see some traction in the recruiting world. Our identity, our brand, if you will, is becoming known not just in Minnesota, the Twin Cities, but regionally, nationally. And that's an exciting thing to see happen, not just for women's hockey, but for our institution in general.
River and Obama pioneered the system back some of the first, dedicated to hockey. How often does it play there? Is it kind of neat to go into that atmosphere and see, what could be done to dedicate that to the winter game?
Yeah, it's always a great place to go. I'm just old, I guess, because I've been around. I remember helping design some of the facility at Ritter, and when LeBron first opened, and they're game changers for women's hockey, and great memories. But the ones I have where we won are pretty special. And so, when you can go on the road to an environment like that and play well or win a game, it's one of those things that you'll never forget because of how special a place it is to play, and the crowd's into it, and you love it. So, at some point, in my tenure, I'm looking forward to that first win in LeBron, and if it's this Saturday, then that'll be fine.
No secret about it.
I think you have to first acknowledge how good, your opponent or an individual is. And that's part of your scouting report, and say, yeah, so here's what we're going to take away. And we'll have to take away time and space from Caroline, from so many other players. You look at their roster, I don't even want to name names because there's too many of them, but they're certainly skilled, and we're excited to play, because I would like for us to now start to defend a little better than we did in the first half. And this is a great opportunity to start saying, okay, we know we may not have the puck all the time, but how can we play just as competitively? I got done watching a hockey game last night, Colorado College men versus Minnesota men. And I thought the CC stick position and their relentless pursuit was unbelievable. And those are things we can do, even if we can't hang on to the puck as long as a Caroline Harvey does. And I'm excited to see us try to do that.
The other big thing with 30,000 tickets sold. Is that, a couple players being over, managed to be great at the start. As someone in hockey,
Yeah. It was tremendous. I was laughing and watching it. My daughter was at the game. Texting with everybody that's a part of it. It's fun to see some of the things that some people have been working on since the late 70s, early 80s, 90s, and then myself having joined in the late 90s. I just think it's amazing. And then to have Maddie play well, to have Grace get a hat trick was pretty fun to watch. That's one of those moments that I hope they cherish forever, and they should. Yeah, and haven't had a chance to coach both of them, on the Olympic team. It was a little bit of a different year when we were in Beijing. And I remember, during the Olympic training year, we had a game set up in St. Paul that was supposed to be a sellout. And unfortunately, the pandemic took away that opportunity for a lot of these young women to play in front of big stages. And so for them to play in front of that big stage and have success, it was really fun to watch.